Welcome. This is Anthony F. from allyourinandroid.com. Okay, first things first, more than likely we will be transitioning out of our website, allyourinandroid.com. We'll probably stay with the YouTube channel just for video. So I wanted to keep this article that I wrote for prosperity. I get a lot of hits on it from CyanogenMod's forum as well as XDA developers. I spoke to a lot of, just one CyanogenMod rep, pretty high up rep, one of the generals over there. And I was asking him about, with Paranoid Android and Samsung, how they try to do the Windows inside Android, and how's that going? And are they doing that? Did they stop doing that? Why did they stop doing that? And Google's involvement with that. So because of all those questions I asked him, them, they gave me a lot of insight as to what was going on. So here is the article here. Should I read it to you? Okay, I'll read it to you. So this totally flew past us. While focusing on the Android topics only the mainstream would care about, we missed the 10-day rise and fall of a groundbreaking feature for CyanogenMod. They were merging tech from a project called Cornerstone, found on github.com, into Android in order to create multiple windows on one screen. After Steve Kundick tested it and threw up some screenshots on Google+, Pandora's box popped open and everyone else wanted this feature also. I said too, it also sounds better. Even other custom ROM makers like Paranoid Android got to work and made something similar that doesn't rescale much or change the shape of the multiple apps being displayed. Let it be said that during all this time, the developers for CyanogenMod clearly stated that this is an experiment and is not stable at all. So in the middle of this discussion, an official Android developer named Diane Hackburn literally pleaded that this experimentation stop because it bordered on forking Android. Now in the programming world, we know forking or splitting code to create something different off of something already established can be considered good or bad according to the circumstance. Splitting Linux code to create your own version of Linux is okay, as long as you provide documentation for anyone else who would want to contribute or even fork your version of Linux to make their own. Splitting Android code, however, is a no-no for a few reasons. First, it is no guarantee that your version is safe and compatible for the mainstream and those making Android apps. Second, if Google doesn't like what you did, they will restrict the Google Play market from you. And as a side, we do see that later down the road, after CyanogenMod got really popular, Google said, look, you can't bake our apps into your ROM because Google apps are closed source. They made those apps. So if you're familiar with ROMing and flashing, if you flash your device with CyanogenMod, you then have to separately install Google Play apps. All right, so back to paragraph. So we know this is true because even though the Amazon Kindle is practically a fork with its heavy modifications, there are tons of lower priced foreign Android devices out there with no Google Play market installed at all. And now we know why. And also as a side with that, the new Amazon Kindle, the Fire HD, they actually named their version of Android. Something totally different, which is really funny because it's still Android. So you're going to rename a named operating system? Okay, Amazon. Back to the paragraph. Of course, the CM team did not want to go this far, and as mentioned before, this was just a 10-day experiment. Paranoid Android, however, is not an experiment. They are going ahead full steam with their version and even have a video demo that we showed in our forums. Is this a wise choice? When you step back and look at it, Paranoid Android has a comparatively smaller user base than CyanogenMod, so their actions shouldn't really cause a big ripple. However, the first thing I thought when I saw the video was, wow, they're trying to totally make their own version of Android. Is that true? Maybe they will respond soon with more insight about that. In the meantime, here are the sources that gave us a quick history lesson of what did and did not happen to multi-window features in the CyanogenMod custom Android ROM. Here are the links and what the Google developer said during or along with the lead CM dev Steve Kundick's reply. So these links that you're looking at here, I'm going to put them in the show notes at the bottom of the YouTube description so that you can click on them also. It should still work. Here's a quote from Diane Hackborn when she was pleading, please don't do this because you'll mess up. And if somebody try to install our regular apps from the market on a forked version of Android, it's trouble. So what's the difference between a forked version of Android and the ROMs that are out there now? Well, forked versions is when you really, really diverge from Android itself. Core things, not just a look, but core things. Most of all the custom ROMs out there now is either based off of CyanogenMod or based off of AOSP, which is basically the open source pure version of Android that Google releases and then other companies build on top of, like Samsung and LG and what have you. So you're not really forking Android if you're grabbing the pure version of Android and then adding customizations to it. You're adding, you're not taking away, so that's different. So here Steve comments to Diane and lets her know, well, we're just checking this out. It's not really real. So that's what happened, folks. I really appreciate all those people that go to this to get the answer. I'm putting this here now on YouTube so that you can still get the answer. You can stop, pause, and rewind this to read this again if you like. You can comment on it also. Alright, so this is Anthony F. here for AreYouAnAndroid.com, saving this here on Mobile Tech Heat, just in case we don't keep AreYouAnAndroid.com. Alright, let me know what you think.